So in this video I'm going to show you how to do a slip stitch 2 together through the back loop only. So this is part of the border on the sweater, my design from issue 2 of the Journal of Scottish Yarns. So there'll be a link in the video where you can get this sweater pattern from. So, how to do a slip stitch 2 together through the back loop only. Remember, with the slip stitch there is no yarn over, so we are going to go straight through the back loop of the first stitch, and then the trick is to kind of bring the tip of the hook towards you so that you can come back from front to back into the second back loop of the stitch to do the slip stitch. So I'll show you that again in a minute, and then we're just going to slip stitch. So slip stitch is you're grabbing the yarn and you're pulling up a loop through that first back loop of the stitch and through the second back loop of the stitch, and then also through the loop on your hook. So I'll show you that one more time. So these stitches have become slightly elongated now where I've worked into them several times. So slip stitch 2 together through the back loops only. So we go into the back loop of the first stitch from front to back, and then we need to go into the back loop of the second stitch from front to back, which involves sort of bringing our hook, tip of our hook slightly forward and then going back into so that we can go into that second stitch from front to back through the back loop only. Now we're going to pull up a loop, so we grab the yarn, we pull up a loop, that loop goes through the first back loop, it then goes through the second back loop, and then it goes through the live loop on your hook. And in this case the purpose of that is to help make quite a nice sharp corner turn here when we hit this valley of this ripple effect. So we've got the peak of the chevron, and we're going into the valley of the chevron, which involves some decreasing, and to keep that looking nice and sharp we've used a slip stitch 2 together through the back loops only. So I'm actually going to do that one more time. So I'm ready to do the last one, actually slip stitch 2 together through the back loop only. Go into, so no yarn over, into the back loop of the first stitch and from front to back, and then into the back loop of the second stitch front to back. So we're having to maneuver our hook a little bit so that we can get in there. Then we're going to pull up a loop, and that loop is pulled through, first loop on your hook, pulled through, second loop on your hook, pulled through, third loop on your hook, and then carry on in pattern.